Okay, we are rolling. It is your boy Tigu of Tigu Tennis. Don't come in front of here very often, but this is a very exciting day for I have something to show all of you. So, this is the racket. Some people have been asking. This is the racket that I currently play with. All right. This is the Yonex EZONE 98 Osaka limited edition. I don't know what year. Like it's either 2019 or 2020. But it's the gold edition, whatever that year was, all right? And the reason why I got this racket, the EZONE feels good, but I switched rackets when I saw this design because it's just freaking sick, okay? That's the only reason I got it, and now I love it. So after this, they released another new limited edition one. I think the following year, it was the same thing, but it was white, and then on the Yonex, where it said Yonex, it was gold. Didn't get that because that looked lame, okay? It was a white racket with gold. You could barely even see the gold. You're basically playing with a white racket. So I was wondering, when are they going to release another cool Yonex limited edition EZONE so I can get it? Lo and behold, we've got... Boom! Ooh! All right, if I can just get it out of the bag here. Take a look. We got the dragon design on the throat. Boom. Purple and gold for royalty. Up here, the dragon design as well. Here's the cover, but just look at this designs on this racket. So this is sick. And I don't even know if this is actually out publicly yet, but the academy that I used to work for, for the longest time, I was like, yo, y'all need to switch out of head, switch out of Babolat, screw that. Yonex is sick. You got to switch to the Yonex sponsorship. And finally, they did. So now we can get this kind of stuff basically as soon as they have it. So we're going to be doing a little racket review. I just want to compare to see how this new Yonex EZONE 98 feels compared to the old generation. Okay, let's get into this review, boys and girls. We're in the middle of warm-up right here, but my hitting partner on this day, he just started off banging, so I don't know. Anyways, we're not completely warm up here, so you're not going to see too much movement, but look, sturdy frame on this racket, so that's very good. Okay, so how does this compare to the old generation of the Yonex EZONE 98? So just to let you guys know, disclaimer, I do have modifications on my racket quite a bit, and I'll show you that in a later video, but we can still compare what the two rackets feel like compared to each other. So playability, it seemed very similar, and that's what a lot of people have been saying about the new EZONE 98 compared to the old gen, is that it does play quite similar, but the big difference is the feel. They said it's a lot more comfortable. That's what all the reviews say, right? This racket, the new generation of EZONE 98, especially 2022, every year somehow it gets more comfortable. Now, what does that mean exactly? I was always wondering because to me it was just a mystery, and now I finally know. This racket feels like you have a vibration dampener on without even having a vibration dampener on. It was crazy. When you hit it very clean in the middle, you get this epic plush but snappy response. Like it's like you just hit the cleanest shot ever. But I don't know if it was a dampened, I don't want to say dampened feel, but with my older generation EZONE 98s, I can definitely feel a little bit more feedback, if that makes a little bit more sense. I'm not sure if this will be more comfortable on the arm just because you can't feel the vibrations as much, but it definitely has a damper sound coming off the racket as well as feel. That was the biggest difference. Now, spin potential, crazy, easy power. It really feels like, I always compare the EZONE 98 to the Babolat Aero Pro line in terms of how it just gives you free power. There's a lot of spin on it. However, the thing is, if you don't put mods on this racket, like in terms of weight and all that, it's going to come off your racket really fast, but then the shot's going to be very light. It's not going to be that heavy for the opponent. So unless you're just whipping out angles and hitting the ball too fast to where they can't handle it, it's going to be pretty manageable. And I'm sure that's why they came out with the Yonex EZONE 98 Tour in 2022. It's a much heavier version of the racket, because if you noticed, every pro who is endorsing this racket or quote unquote playing this racket, they all have lead tape anyways on the racket. So that might be completely irrelevant because they might not even be playing with the racket. However, yeah, the racket itself to start with, it's only 305 grams. That is not very heavy, especially if you're trying to go into the higher levels for players' rackets. So yeah, just to let you guys know, how many ounces is 305? I'm not exactly sure, but the racket starts at 305 grams. I weighed it upon getting it unstrung, and it was 306. So they're almost right on the money with how they label it, very true to how they labeled it. And after doing all my modifications with the string in it, my racket strung weight is 361. So it's quite a bit added. It's almost 13 ounces there. But I've got to hit a little bit more with the racket, but first hit, first impressions, very nice and comfortable feel. But in terms of how it hits, very similar to the EZONE 98. Not a big difference, just the comfort, as mentioned, feels pretty good, especially the very clean hits straight out the middle. So that's going to end this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and look forward to more videos. See ya. Bye.